On today's episode of P-Dub's Arcade Loft, we're going to add a Light Up Marquee from this ability upgrades to our QVC edition of the Miss Pac-Man Arcade1Up Countercade. Alright guys, let's take a look at what comes in the package when you order from this ability upgrades. You're going to get a couple of screws. You need to use these screws when screwing in your marquee. Angel also includes a nice little thank you card in the package as well. He also gives you a pretty cool sticker to stick on the back of the machine, or wherever you like. He also includes the custom cut and made light bar to fit inside your countercade to light up your marquee. He also will provide you a Y splitter, and this Y splitter is very important. We're definitely going to need this in order to get power to the marquee as well as to the PCB board. This next piece here is critical. This is a nice little harness wire that Angel put together. What we're going to do with this is we're going to use this to wire our marquee into the power switch. That way the marquee will power on and off with the device. Nice and clean way to do your install instead of using a remote control setup. And of course, here is our Miss Pac-Man marquee. I'm very happy, as always, with the quality of prints from Angel Otero, as well as his partner in crime, Mr. Profit. We got some pretty nice construction here. No complaints. Everything looks great. Wood, plastic, everything you need to get this going. Nice coloring stickers on the edges that match the Miss Pac-Man cabinet nearly perfectly. Very happy to get this put on. Alright guys, so obviously the first step here is to remove your old marquee, get your new marquee mounted, as well as the LED light bar. All you need really is a Phillips screwdriver to make this happen. Now, unfortunately, in the past, it's been really easy to just kind of loosen the top screws, remove the top screws, and loosen the other top screws. You know, you remove that one, loosen the one where that pink Miss Pac-Man logo is, and usually you're able to kind of spread the cabinet, and that way you can pull out the old marquee, the H-panel board, as well as put your new marquee and stuff in there. However, I did find this to be unfortunately very difficult on this particular cabinet. Ended up having to open up the back of the cabinet and loosen the screws that are attached from the monitor to the side panel, as well as had to remove the control deck as well. And once we did that, we were able to spread the cabinet enough to get the old marquee out, the H-panel out, and all that stuff. So right here we're loosening the screws on the side panel here as well. And right here we're loosening those screws on the white brackets that hold the monitor connected to the side panels. We really just need to do this on one side in order to give the cabinet enough spread to get things in and out without fully disassembling it. Once we did that, we were able to spread the cabinet just enough in order to get that pesky H-panel out of the top of the cabinet. Boom, boom, she's out. And then, of course, from here, although I forgot to tilt the camera up, you're able to spread the cabinet enough to remove the original marquee. Original wooden marquee is now off. This is what it should look like at this point. Let's go ahead and figure out the best place to mount our LED light bar, as well as get the new marquee mounted. First things first, we're going to go ahead and line up the holes with the marquee, with the side panels. Use those two new screws that came from Angel, those smaller screws. It's important you use those smaller screws. And we're going to line up the holes on both sides, and we're going to go ahead and screw this in, but not all the way. We're not going to tighten it all the way, just enough that way the marquee will hold there in place. We'll tighten everything up later when we're done. Alright, now it's time to mount our light bar. What we're going to do first, of course, is Angel does have the double-sided tape on the base of the light bar, so we're going to peel that off, and we're going to go ahead and get this thing set up exactly where it needs to for the best light placement. Obviously, we're going to need to put it on top of the monitor bezel board, right there. Go ahead and get it centered and push down tightly, and that double-sided adhesive tape will keep it stuck there for a long, long time. Boom, boom, you're done. What's nice is Angel includes a nice little wiring hook, double-sided sticky tape wiring hook here on the light bar cable. So you can go ahead and just stick that in here to try and keep things nice and clean and mounted. With your control deck removed, it's time to wire this bad boy up because you want to make sure that this works with the included on-off switch on the cabinet. So the first thing you want to do is on the encoder board there on that top left plug, you want to go ahead and remove the power cable from that spot. This will involve you also unplugging the speaker wire, which is right, that empty space right beneath the power plug. Now on the harness, you'll notice that Angel's got this extra little bridge here. We need to separate that. We're going to need this bridge, and that bridge we're going to go ahead and plug into the power slot. We're just going to go ahead and push it in, and we're done. That's going to bridge and make the unit think that it's powered on at all times. It's going to trick the machine. Now at this point, we're going to take this cable. This is the cable that runs to the power switch, the one you unplugged, and we're going to go ahead and plug that into that long wiring harness, the red and black one that Angel provides you. You'll see here it looks something like this, and what we're going to do is we're going to just thread that through the base of the cabinet and go ahead and get our control deck put back in place. Make sure you plug back in your ribbon cable. Make sure you plug back in your speaker wire as well. And when you look at the back of the machine, it's going to look something like this. You got that long red and black wire connected to the power switch, as well as everything set up ready for all the Y splitters and everything plugged in. Now you do have to plug this in the correct order in order to make it work correctly, so let's go over that. Okay, so we're going to take that black Y splitter that Angel sent us. We're going to plug one end into the Marquee cable dangling down and the other end into the PCB board. You'll see right there. Okay, so the only thing open on our Y splitter is the female base of the Y splitter. What we're going to do here is we're going to grab our harness cable here. We're going to grab the male end of the harness cable, and we're going to plug that into the female end of the Y splitter. And then from there, we're going to take the female end of the red and black harness, and we're going to plug that into the power cable, that power cable that they have taped onto the back of the cabinet that is connected to the brown backboard of the box. Once you get that connected, you're good to go. You can go ahead. Angel also has double-sided sticky tape here in case you just want to stick that down, help with your wire management, make it look pretty. I really don't care because I'm probably never going to open this thing again. And cuckoo to chew, you're done. At this point, you can go ahead and reassemble your cabinet. Make sure everything's nice and tight. Make sure you get everything screwed in really well. Make sure everything is also tight to not allow any type of light bleed or anything like that. You could even at this point too plug it in, power it on, and make sure that it's all going to work correctly. But I've done this before. I know it's going to work correctly, and we'll show you that right now. Alright guys, moment of truth time. Let's flick that power switch, and as you notice when we hit the power switch, the Marquee lit up, and not only did the Marquee light up, but the system is firing up as well. If this happens, then that means you did everything correctly, and if it didn't happen, it means that one of your Y splitters or the harness, you have something flip-flopped. Either way, should be easy to figure out if you accidentally flip-flop the wires and don't follow the steps in the video, and boom, it's on. Okay guys, as we kind of start getting panned around here so you can kind of take this Marquee in all its glory, just a heads up here, if you are interested in purchasing this Marquee from Angel and this ability upgrades, the Marquee for the QVC Miss Pac-Man Countercade is $45. That comes with the Marquee and the on and off harness, and look at how good that looks. Very, very nice. Well done, Angel. Now, of course, if you want to add a remote, if you want to have an optional remote, that'll be an additional $6. If you want to have the matching pink trim, that will be an additional $4. So again, Marquee with the harness, $45, add a remote for $6, matching trim for $4. Honestly, if you're powering it, if you have it wired to the on-off switch, you really don't need a remote. And as you can see here, that looks really, really good. Very impressed. Thanks so much, guys. Angel, thanks so much as well for sending this out to me. Also, guys, if you want to get a hold of Angel, I'll have his contact information in the video description below, his Facebook, as well as his phone number, where you can reach out to him and get your orders placed. As always, guys, appreciate it when you hang out upstairs with us. If you enjoyed the tutorial, give us a thumbs up on the way out. Make sure you leave your comments and feedback below. Hope you guys have a fantastic day. Don't forget to subscribe and click that bell so you don't miss future videos. Talk to you soon.